there's more. Before the sun touches the sky, a light begins inside, stretching, soft and tight. Soul's done. Yeah. The noise is finally settled. The last party guest is gone. Just me and this new silence, and a feeling being born. It's not in what I'm hearing, it's a frequency within. A gentle persistent knocking on the walls I've built so thin. Around my core is not a voice that speaks in any word, but more a knowing stirring like the first flight of a bird who's never seen the sky but feel the instinct in its bones to spread its wings and claim the vast and open unknown zones. I've spent my life on outward, on the doing and the show, collecting validation from the places I could go. But now this inner compass starts to spin and find its north, a quiet revolution of the spirit coming forth in this soft hour. It's my soul's dawn, the breaking up and in the night, a wash of cool, clear understanding in the fading twilight. Of old ways I feel a warmth that doesn't come from sun, but from a source that's just begun to say, my child, you're one with something vast and timeless. It's a tender fierce new grace, illuminating shadows on my own forgotten face. Soul's dawn, no trumpet sound, no choir sing a hymn, just a simple soul deep knowing that the light was there within. All along the night is over, waking up, yeah. I look at my reflection and the person looking back, a softer eyes of patience for the things I used to lack. The frantic need for busyness, the fear of being still, it's melting in this newfound early morning chill. That's in my soul, the world outside still sleeps in deep illusion, chasing its own tail in a state of mass confusion. But here in this quiet chamber of my heart, I see the thread that connects the seen and unseen, everything that's ever bled and everything that's healed. And as this starlight grows, it doesn't burn, it simply shows the beauty in the cracks, the path where my true purpose goes. It's not about achieving, it's about becoming clear and shedding every molecule of existential fear in this new day. It's my soul's dawn, the breaking up and in the night, a wash of cool, clear understanding in the fading twilight. Of old ways I feel a warmth that doesn't come from sun, but from a source that's just begun to say, my child, you're one with something vast and timeless. It's a tender fierce new grace, illuminating shadows on my own forgotten face. Soul's dawn, no trumpet sound, no choir sing a hymn, just a simple soul deep knowing that the light was there within. All along the night is over, waking up. This isn't religion, this isn't rules written in stone. This is my spirit finally feeling like it's home, in its own skin, in its own breath, in the space between the thoughts. This is the priceless wisdom that the universe has brought to my doorstep, wrapped in stillness. I don't need to preach or shout, I just need to breathe this dawn in and let the old dreams out that were never mine to carry. Souls dawn, keep on rising please, wash me in your gentle light and put my restless mind at ease. This is my soul's dawn, the breaking sweet and sure, a tide of understanding, gentle, kind and pure. It's not out there, it's in here, a never setting sun, whispering the journey and the destination are one. It's a tender fierce belonging to a love that has no name, just a peace that settles softly and will never be the same as before. Soul's done. I'm awake. Yeah. I am so much more.
so much more.
Breathe in, veil is thin between the world and the world within. Wake up, yeah. Wake up. I was sleeping in a story that everybody wrote for me. The son, the friend, the worker, the identity. I wore them like a uniform, I never questioned fit. Just kept my head down, marching, never dared admit a deeper dissonance, a hum below the daily sound. I'm calling from a different, more authentic ground. It came to crack a loss of failure, something broke the mold. And in that shattered silence, a new story began to unfold from the inside out. It wasn't pretty at the start, it felt like coming undone. Like every single truth I knew was being overrun by questions, who am I beneath the titles and the ghosts? What is the song my spirit sings when it's outside of controls? The earthquake in my being was the only way to see. The prison I was living in was built a lot by me. This is my inner awakening, a riot in the soul. The deconstruction of the person I was told to be whole. It's uncomfortable, it's messy, it's a beautiful wild fright. To turn the lantern inward in the middle of the night and see the shadows dancing, see the golden on the rust, to learn to hold compassion for my own betrayed distrust. Inner awakening, you shake me till my bones are clean, until the only thing that's left is what has always been authentic, raw and real spirit. Wild and free, you're waking up the deepest, truest part of me, yeah. Truest part of me, yeah. I'm meeting all my characters, a wounded and a proud. The one who seeks permission from a non-existent crowd. The child who just wanted love, the critic sharp and cold. I'm holding them in witness, I'm watching them unfold. And in the greatest, not a war, it's a reunion long delayed. I'm making peace with every choice, every price I've ever paid. The masks were on the floor, now their usefulness is through. The face that's left is vulnerable and strangely somehow new and ancient all at once. And as the dust settles, a different kind of strength appears, not based in domination or in conquering my fears, but in a soft resilience and a willingness to feel, to be the student of the wisdom that my struggles can reveal. This awakening's a process, not a one-time static state. This is my inner awakening, a riot in the soul. Deconstruction of the person I was told to be whole. It's uncomfortable, it's messy, it's a beautiful wild fright. To turn the lantern inward in the middle of the night and see the shadows dancing, see the golden on the rust, to learn to hold compassion for my own betrayed distrust. Inner awakening, you shake me till my bones are clean, until the only thing that's left is what has always been authentic, raw and real spirit. Wild and free, you're waking up the deepest, truest part of me, truest part of me, yeah. They call it a journey, but it feels more like a homecoming to a place I've never been, but always knew was coming. It's not about ascending to some spiritual elite, it's about planting both my feet firmly in the heat of my own humanity with all its flaws and grace. It's awakening, it's simply seeing my own face without distortion and choosing every day to stay awake, to feel it all, to find the sacred in the clay of ordinary moments. The ritual is breathing, the temple is his body, dancing with life and death. This is my inner awakening, it's gentle, constant ride. It's fearless love and deconstruction of my silent is quiet. It's not uncomfortable forever, it becomes a kind of sight. To see my own reflection in the soft forgiving light of acceptance. I see the gold, I thank it for the rust. I hold compassion for the one who learned betrayed distrust. Inner awakening, you shaking me so clean. The only thing that's left is love for what has always been me. Raw, free, you woke the deepest part, and now that part is waking me. Yeah. The first sip, the first breath, where the night surrenders and reveals what's left. Dawn light. The dreams have all receded like a tide of colorless sand, leaving just impressions I can barely understand. But my mind is not yet busy with the list of things to do. There's a sacred empty canvas in this hour, fresh and new. A sliver of the morning cuts a path across the floor and lands upon the photograph beside my bedroom door, of a younger, brighter version, full of questions, not of fears. And in this dawn light, suddenly that version feels so close, as if no time has passed. In this light, the edges soften, all the sharp regrets of yesterday seem to blur and lose their power. They just gently fade away into the neutral palette of the moment, clean and bare. There's a kindness in the silence, there's a possibility in the air that feels infinite and gentle, like a mother's first embrace. This dawnlight shows the mercy on my own tired face. In the dawnlight, everything is possible again. The failures are just lessons, and the sorrows where I've been are just geography. The weight I carry through the night is lifted by the gentle, penetrating, hopeful light of dawn. It doesn't judge, it doesn't rush, it doesn't demand. It simply says, here is your hand, here is the land. Begin. In the dawnlight, I remember who I am. Not the summary, not the story, just a tiny grateful speck in the universe that's waking up, feeling love around my neck. Like a shawl in the dawnlight, I am whole, I am enough. This quiet, daily baptism in grace is not so tough. I watch the world outside begin to stir to make it sound, but here inside the peace I found is holding its own ground. The birds begin their chorus, a chaotic perfect praise for the simple fact of morning after nights and nights of days. And I join them in my spirit with a gratitude so deep for this daily gift, awaking from the temporary sleep of forgetting for this moment where the veil is tissue thin. And I can feel the magic in the air upon my skin before the world names it. So I'll sit here just a moment longer, let this light seep in. Let it reset my compass, let it heal me from within. From the inside out, let her mind my anxious planning mind. That every day I get the chance to leave the dark behind and start anew. This dawnlight is a promise, it's a gift. In the dawnlight, everything is possible again. The failures are just lessons, and the sorrows where I've been are just geography. The weight I carry through the night is lifted by the gentle, penetrating, hopeful light of dawn. It doesn't judge, it doesn't rush, it doesn't demand. It simply says, here is your hand, here is the land. Begin. In the dawnlight, I remember who I am. Not the summary, not the story, just a tiny grateful speck in a universe that's waking up, feeling love around my neck. Like a shawl in the dawnlight, I am mine, I'm whole, I am enough. This quiet, daily baptism in grace is not so tough. Maybe God is in this moment, in this land of gold and gray, not in a distant heaven, but right here in the way. The dust motes dance like diamonds in the newborn clean sunbeam. Maybe holiness is simpler than we make it in our dream of complexity. It's here in the breath, in the sight, in the daily gentle miracle of dawn light. So I'll make this my religion, this quiet morning rite, to greet the day not with a fight, but with this soft internal light as my guide. In this dawn light, everything is possible, my friend. Every ending is a bend toward a new forgiving end. The weight an illusion, the night a gentle teacher, and I am its most willing, grateful, humble creature. Dawn light, you don't demand, you just start showing me the distances and really feel dawn light, every day I am born again. The same, but new.
Smooth and organic R&B beat. Like heartbeats, the sound of running water. Towel being shaken, sounds of a morning routine transformed into rhythm. The coffee's a prison. Every morning, a decision to begin again. I used to drag myself from sheets, a prisoner of the past. All yesterday's regrets and make the new day look just like the last. But now I see the ritual in ordinary things. The way the steam can rise and lift the weight that sorrow brings. I choose the soul with intention, scent of citrus, clean and bright, to wash away the stories that I told myself last night. The toothpaste foam, a little prayer for words I'll speak today, to be more kind, more true, to find a more connected way. I'm alive. This isn't magic grandeur, no mountaintop epiphany. It's in the tying of my laces, in the way I choose to see the neighbor with a nod to sky in its particular hue. I'm not just going through motions, I'm making everything new with my attention. With the love I pour into the mundane. This is my daily rebirth, my choice to rise and shine. Not from a sleeping body, but from a sleeping mind. Each breath's a new beginning, each step's a chance to start, to carry grace and wonder in the corners of my heart. Through traffic jams and in boxes, through ordinary stress, I am an alchemist, transforming the mundane mess into the sacred daily rebirth. A subtle, powerful art is seeing with new eyes and loving with a brand new heart. Every single morning, I don't need to change my name. Just change the way I meet the ever-consistent, constant flame of life. The workday has its challenges, the same old tired grind. But now I spot the moments where the universe is kind. A stranger holds the elevator, shares a knowing smile. A problem cracks wide open if I sit with it a while without resistance. Even in frustration, there's a thread of learning, of a lesson to be gently gathered and absorbed. The evening comes, I shed the skin of my career. Now with relief, but gratitude for playing my part here in the gray weather. And as I make my dinner, chop the herbs, I feel the ground of my own being stable in the simple slice and sound. This is my altar, this is my practice, humble and so real. Peeling off the layers of the numb I used to feel, to find the raw, the tender, the alive, the new beneath. This is my daily rebirth, my choice to rise and shine. Not from a sleeping body, but from a sleeping mind. Each breath's a new beginning, each step's a chance to start, to carry grace and wonder in the corners of my heart. Through traffic jams and inboxes, through ordinary stress, I am an alchemist, transforming the mundane mess into the sacred daily rebirth. A subtle, powerful art is seeing with new eyes and loving with a brand new heart. Every single morning, I don't need to change my name, change my name. Just change the way I meet the ever-consistent, constant flame of life. Rebirth isn't a one-time fiery, dramatic event. It's the gentle, persistent choice to be present, to be bent by life. Not broken, to find the new in the old song. To know that every ending's just doing right, the wrong asleep, walking so I fall asleep, knowing without fright that I get to do it all again. Tomorrow's morning light, a little soft, a little wise, a little more awakens, for my own soul's sake. This is my daily rebirth, I choose to rise and shine. I wake the sleeping compass in this heart and mind of mine. Every breath's creation, every step's a sacred start. I build a home for wonder in the closet of my heart. Through all the repetition, through the predictable stress. I am the quiet alchemist of my own happiness. Daily regard, the most accessible, humble art. I see your world with brand new eyes and love you with a brand new heart. Every single morning I reclaim my chosen name. I step into the constant, holy, ordinary flame. And I am new. And I am new. Central theme: finding the sacred and the opportunity for renewal in everyday tasks. Daily rebirth is about the spiritual practice of transforming automatic routines into conscious rituals of presence and gratitude. It's the idea that we don't need a big change to be reborn. We can choose to do it with every breath, with every small action performed, with tension. Heavy and disruptive beat, like an emergency alarm, tense and descending, feeling of violent rupture.
Shatter.
No more chatter.
The floor just fell from your safe little cell.
Wake up now.
I built my life on shifting sand, but I called it solid ground. A careful curated prison with my fears the only sound. I ignored all the tremors, the whispers of this won't last. I clung to my illusions, moving forward, looking past the cracks in my foundation, in my relationships, my health. I was an expert in denying my authentic self. Then the earthquake hit, a diagnosis, a betrayal, a collapse. No gentle nudge, no subtle sign, just brutal, total collapse of everything I knew. And in a rubble and a screaming, in the absolute despair, there was a terrifying silence, a new and naked air. No more distractions, no more customs, no more scripted pretty lies. Just a raw exposed foundation under unforgiving skies. I had no choice but to look at it, to see what was beneath the polished surface. It was a confrontation with my teeth. Better forced awakening. This is a forced awakening, a brutal holy grace, a demolition of the comfortable familiar place. I call my life, it doesn't feel like love, it feels like hate. Like the universe is ending me, a devastating fate. But in the ashes as I weep with nothing left to lose, a different kind of vision starts to cut through all the bruise and pain of forced awakening. You break me to make me see that the person I was building was never truly me. You strip me to the essence, to the fighting primal core, and whisper, now my child, who are you fighting for? And what will you build now with these broken honest hands? A forced awakening on life's most harsh demanding sands. The friends who were for sunshine have all faded with the storm. The goals that seem so vital now just look like uniform of a soldier in a war I never meant to sign up for. I'm sitting in the emptiness outside a broken door that locked behind me. All my strategies are obsolete, my pride is in the dust now, tangled around my stumbling feet. But my senses are on fire, I can feel the texture of the truth. For the first time, it's a rough, unyielding love. It's me. This awakening wasn't chosen, it was thrust upon my soul. A violent, non-negotiable, demanding I be whole. In a way I never dared, no more fragments, no more roles. It's the totality of being with this terrifying pose of joy and grief. I didn't ask for this, I curse it and I weep. But in a cursed clear water, my own reflections deep and real. This is a forced awakening, a brutal holy grace, a demolition of the comfortable familiar place. I call my life, it doesn't feel like love, it feels like hate. Like the universe is handing me a devastating fate. But in the ashes as I weep with nothing left to lose, a different kind of vision starts to cut through all the bruise and pain of forced awakening. You break me, make me see that the person I was building was never truly me. You strip me to the essence, to the frightened primal core, and whisper, now my child, who are you fighting for? And what will you build now with these broken honest hands? A forced awakening on life's most harsh demanding sand. Maybe the soul sometimes must scream to be heard over the din of a life lit on autopilot on the surface of the skin. So it orchestrates a crisis, a catalytic event, to shatter the complacency, to show us what was meant to be felt, to be healed, to be embraced, to be set free. This forced awakening is the universe's plea For us to live, not just exist, to stop and turn within. The phoenix myth isn't a choice, the fire must burn the sin of sleep. So I will let it burn, I will not waste this break. I will build from this rubble, for my own awakening's sake. This was a forced awakening, your brutal holy grace. You had to demolish the familiar cowardly place. It felt like hate, it felt like an unfair, cruel fate. But in the ashes I see the love, and it is never too late to rise and see with unbruised, newly calibrated eyes that the person you were breaking was just my own disguise. Forced the awakening, you broke the shell to find the core, and whispered, now my child, what are you waiting for? I'm fighting for myself, now with these broken blessing hands. I'll build a truer life upon these hearts demanding sins. Thank you. The spiritual awakening that comes through extreme suffering, loss, or trauma. Forced awakening. The walls are breathing. This shit is leaving. I'm not just in a room. I was a point of view, a lonely ice on my head. Separate little island on a map of MJ. Or something shifts to sudden, I can lens adjusting focus. The boundary line between me and that just broken brokers. I'm part the old illusion, now I feel the chair I sit upon. Rails an object, but advance of particles and sign. I feel the air, my phone, and on the air as well. A story that the universe is happening to tell in this particular body, in this particular night. Start a goddess, a sensation, it's a knowing on the brow. Dropping down from brain to heart to cells, a big descent into the truth that every line we draw is merely snow. By perception, the tree outside the bark, the sap, the green stand outside of me, it's all part of the same scene. And I see fabric, I am water that my skin contains. My consciousness pours out, it soaks the world, it knows no change. The separation. This is expanded torches, meant to vast the silent sea. With a drop of me, the members, it's the water free. I feel the pain and strain, it's like a weather in my soul. Not as a burden, but a making of the fragment whole. I sense the interconnected, I'm a happy living thing. From the whisper of the mind, I swing this on a planet same. Expanded consciousness, which gets me past my mortal name. I am the joy, I am the sorrow, I am the love, I am the flame. And I am also just a witness, calm and deep in water. You know in here and out that there's no place for me to hide from the truth I am in.